Ethical and Professional Standards. This soundbite review on ethics and professional standards covers approximately 15% of the Level 1 CFA exam, which is about 36 questions of the total 240 questions. The Ethics and Professional Standards audio review consists of 4 readings, with each being broken down by one or more learning outcome statement, referred to as LOS. These LOS explain what you are supposed to learn from that reading. Now, let's begin our review. Reading 1. Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct. There are 6 components to the Code of Ethics, as well as 7 standards of professional conduct. Be able to explain the ethical and professional responsibilities dictated by the Code and Standards of Practice. A simple and important rule in business is put your clients first. While helpful, it does not fully convey the depth of understanding required to pass this portion of the exam. Memorizing the standards word for word is also not feasible, nor would it necessarily address the nuances in the questions. However, a familiarity with the main headings may help you to keep the parts straight. Ultimately, you will have to address examples of ethical situations that require your knowledge of this material. Key concepts include: there is a structure and process related to the professional conduct program. There are 6 components to the Code of Ethics. There are 7 standards of professional conduct. LOS 1.A. Describe the structure of the CFA Institute Professional Conduct Program and the process for the enforcement of the Code and Standards. The Professional Conduct Program. As with most professional conduct programs, the CFA Institute Professional Conduct Program, PCP, is a process. 2 main features of the PCP are 1. Fairness, and 2. Confidentiality. Enforcement of the Code and Standards lies with the Disciplinary Review Committee, DRC. Enforcement actions or inquiries may be initiated through several mechanisms. 1. The annual professional conduct statement filed by members. 2. Written complaints. 3. Questionable conduct revealed through media outlets. And 4. Violation reports submitted by CFA examination proctors. PCP inquiries proceed in similar fashion to other professional conduct investigations. Statements and explanations regarding a complaint may be taken from the candidate or member, as well as from complaining or other parties. Documents related to the investigation are then collected and submitted to the DRC, which may then conclude no disciplinary action is required, or that sanctions ranging from cautionary letters to condemnation are appropriate. Candidates found to have violated the Code and Standards may be suspended from continuation in the CFA program. Members or candidates may either accept or reject the recommended sanctions. If the sanction is rejected, then a hearing panel is convened to address the issue. LOS 1.B. State the 6 components of the Code of Ethics and the 7 standards of professional conduct. The 6 components of the Code of Ethics are: 1. Act with integrity, competence, diligence, respect, and in an ethical manner with the public, clients, prospective clients, employers, employees, colleagues in the investment profession, and other participants in the global capital markets. 2. Place the integrity of the investment profession and the interests of clients above their own personal interests. 3. Use reasonable care and exercise independent professional judgment when conducting investment analysis, making investment recommendations, taking investment actions, and engaging in other professional activities. 4. Practice and encourage others to practice in a professional and ethical manner that will reflect credit on themselves and the profession. 5. Promote the integrity of and uphold the rules governing capital markets. And 6. Maintain and improve their professional competence and strive to maintain and improve the competence of other investment professionals. Questions about the Code of Ethics tend to be high-level and theoretical. If you memorize these 129 words, you'll get most of those questions right. Questions about the standards tend to be subtle and focused on applications. The standards of professional conduct consist of 7 main points. 1. Professionalism. 2. Integrity of capital markets. 3. Duties to clients. 4. Duties to employers. 5. Investment analysis, recommendations, and action. 6. Conflicts of interest. And 7. Responsibilities as a CFA Institute member or CFA candidate. Here is a quick overview of each of the 7 main points that comprise the standards of professional conduct. 1. Professionalism, that includes knowledge of the law, independence and objectivity, misrepresentation, and misconduct. Number 2. Integrity of capital markets, that includes material non-public information and market manipulation. Number 3. Duties to clients, that includes loyalty, prudence, and care, fair dealing, suitability, performance presentation, and preservation of confidentiality. Number 4. Duties to employers, that includes loyalty, additional compensation arrangements, and responsibility of supervisors. 5. Investment analysis, recommendations, and action, that includes diligence and reasonable basis, communication with clients and prospective clients, and record retention. 6. Conflicts of interest, that includes disclosure of conflicts, priority of transactions, and referral fees. And number 7, responsibilities as a CFA Institute member or CFA candidate, that includes conduct as members and candidates in the CFA program, and reference to the CFA Institute, the CFA designation, and the CFA program. We will go over more detail on each of these standards of conduct in Reading 2. LOS 1.C. Explain the ethical responsibilities required by the Code and standards, including the multiple subsections of each standard. The 7 standards of practice have multiple subsections. Think of the subsections as supporting information for each standard. In addition to document and disclose, another recurring feature found throughout the standards is where the investment professional stands in line with respect to clients and employers. The professional must allow clients and employers to stand in front when it comes to investment opportunities. A tip to keep in mind while studying this section: the Learning Outcome Statements, LOS, at Level 1 focus on application of the CFA Institute's Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct to specific situations. Answering ethics questions does not require memorizing the number and letter of each standard, but requires you to show an understanding of the ethical obligations as a member of this profession. The questions may cause difficulty in that the answers look too similar and that all the answers look reasonable. As a general rule, when faced with a dilemma between possible answers, you should remember that your interests are subordinated to the investment public in general and your clients' and employers' interests specifically. Making decisions that increase your clients' trust in you are essential. With that in mind, a general rule to follow is to put your clients' and employers' interests ahead of your own. If one of the answers allows you to make easy money, it's probably the wrong answer. This is not to say you cannot make money when faced with an ethical dilemma, but rather making money at the expense of others is rarely the correct choice. This concludes our review of Reading 1, Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct.